Hello everyone, in this video we are going to see about the page tables. So initially we should know what is paging. So paging is the process in which the data is brought from the secondary memory to the main memory. Okay, so in order to maintain this, the process needs a data structure called a page table. Let us see how the system uses the page table to do this paging in an effective manner. Okay, so first, paging is a storage mechanism used to retrieve the process from the secondary memory into the main memory in the form of pages, and in the main memory it is in the form of the frames. So why we divide these pages in and also into frames is it has some logical division, so that in order to manage the things properly. So because the process may be bigger, we cannot bring everything into the main memory, so they have to be divided in a size of blocks. Okay, that is the concept of this modules. Okay, now let us see what is a page table. Page table is a data structure used to maintain this paging. So it is kept in the main memory. Okay, and then it has two pointers, PTBR and PTLR actually. Okay, so page table base register, which gives the base address of the block and then the length of each page. Okay, for example, 1000 is the starting address and 200 is the page size, means every time the pages will be stored in 1000, 1200, 1400, 1600 and so on. That means the length is of fixed size, which is 200. The base address starts from 1000. Okay, so now that is one entry for each page in the table. Okay, and then here it requires two memory access in order to get the information, one to get the address and then to get the data. Okay, that means first the page table has to be located by the page number, that is the page base address, and then after that only they can get the data from the particular page. So we can need two access to get the page number and then the page content. Okay, so for that is called as a two memory access. So that memory access will take some much of the CPU time. So in order to fasten this process of memory access, that is the two memory access, they have one arrangement called TLB, which is the translation look aside buffer. Okay, so this translation look aside buffer, so here this translation look aside buffer TLB, this is associated with the paging hardware. Let us see how it works. It is an associative memory that associates the page number to the frame number. So here this diagram we have seen earlier how to convert the logical address to physical address. It is a mapping process, but here there one more component included, which is then associative memory, which is this particular arrangement. This will have a mapping between the page number and the frame number, and here we are having two more things called TLB miss and TLB hit. What is TLB hit is, if necessary page is available in the frame, it is an hit. So directly the frame number can be got and there can be access to the physical memory. But in the case the particular component is not in the physical memory, means it is an TLB miss. So in that case the TLB has to matched by checking the data from the page table. So the page table is checked for whether the particular page table consists of the frame number and to get the pages, and then that has to be loaded to the main memory. Okay, so this is the two-way thing. One is hit, other is the miss. So miss, you have to bring the data, and if it is a hit, means the data is available, they can directly map to the frame. Okay, so now this is how the paging hardware associates with the TLB in order to make the memory access faster. Okay, and now we have a memory protection scheme. What is memory protection scheme is, any data cannot be stored beyond its memory area. So okay, otherwise only the necessary data can be stored, that can be indicated by an valid or an invalid bit. Okay, so here valid means the associated pages in the process. That means we have the process in the main memory, and that is needed for the time, that is the legal page, and it is indicated by the bit V, which is valid bit. If it is invalid, means it is indicated by the value I. Okay, so now we can see the page table here. This is what given over here. Memory protection scheme initiated by valid and the invalid bits for each entry in the page table. Okay, so this is how this entry looks like. We are having pages 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and that is allotted to the frames 2, 3, 4, 7 and 8, that is given by this entry. Okay, so here 0 to 2, 1 to 3, 2 to 4, 3 to 7. So 4th page is given to 8th frame, 5th page given to 9th frame, and so on. So these are all the valid bits. That means only these pages are available, and this is invalid. Okay, invalid means this invalid bit means this 6 and 7 is not available for the process. Okay, so this is how this invalid valid bit helps to associate the legal process between the page and the frames. Okay, now this is the page fault handling. What is page fault handling is, what is page fault actually? If a necessary process is not in the physical memory, the system has to bring that from the backup. Okay, so that is called as an paging. If that is not available, necessary process is not available in the physical memory, that is called as an page fault. It has to be brought from the secondary memory. For this is the steps that is followed in order to handle the page fault. So how? There are 6 steps over here. So the CPU now, the process is going on from the starting of the program. It goes on and on. Now there is an load M, there is an instruction. In order to load this module instruction, the system has to first check whether it is available in the main memory or not. If it is not available, it is an invalid bit, so it sends a trap. Second step is trap. It sends this trap signal to the OS saying that that page is not in the main memory, bring it from the secondary memory. So now operating system makes some arrangement so that page is on the backing store to indicate, and then it will make the memory access from this backing store and bring it to the physical memory. So how to bring it? First they have to find out the free frame. Only the free frame is available, they can be occupied. Okay, so now here this free frame is found out, and then this free frame is associated to the page which is brought from the backup now, and now we have to reset the page table. Why to reset? Because initially it was I not available, now it has brought it, so now it will become V. Okay, so after this page table is reset, now the system can restart the instruction. Now when it restarts, naturally the necessary processes in the main memory, it can keep on working with the main memory. Then the process goes on and on. Then another command comes, new process has to be brought. Then this process repeats and repeats in order to get the necessary pages in the main memory, and then pushing back. That is, the swapping is done by this arrangement. Okay, and now there are 3 different page table structures available: hierarchical paging, hashed page table, and inverted page table. What is hierarchical paging is, when there are too many entries, these are all the tables available. When too many entries are there, they are making the 2-level addressing. First level goes to the one entry, from there they will go to the real entry. That is called as an hierarchical paging, is a 2-level paging. What is hashed page table is, the page table is longer, the access time will be more. In that case, the hashing is a important technique in searching, which is always helps to get the fast access from the any search. Okay, so that concept is used in the page table search also. And what is inverted page table is, in the inverted page table, what is the concept is, there is a page table entry for every real entry. From the real entry, it will go to find out the other related entries. That is the use of this inverted page table. So in having arranged this page table structure, the entries will be lesser, because when you have again there is more entries in the page table itself, that again will take more time to search the page table itself. So they have to organize the page table in such a way that the page table is arranged in some efficient way that the page table can be accessed faster first of all, then the pages can be fastered efficiently. Okay, so hope you understood the concept of paging and data structure used here, the page table structure, and thanks for watching.